Welcome, everyone. I hope everybody's doing okay on this Monday. It's good to see everybody. There's a lot of people in here already, so I'm not going to go through names this time, but it is good to see you guys. And all my mods, thanks for being here. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate it. We're gonna get into we're gonna get into the summer stuff for sure. Because there have been some interesting. There's things that I want to touch on too. Things that have been being said, and a lot of the focus has been on. And I'm not quite as mad about that. I mean, even though I should be, and I have a right to be, but I'm not quite as upset about that. And I'll explain why later. It's been 2 weeks, guys, and there's no sign of her. At least we don't have any information. I'm gonna go ahead and play this news clip real quick, and because there's a couple of developments. One of them being a reward that has been set up. So I'm going to go ahead and share that little news clip.
News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel joins us live from the Beech Creek community tonight.
Ansley, people have been asking about a reward fund in this case, and you have information on that tonight.
Yes, Josh and Sarah. Last week, if you remember, we introduced you to two men who were offering up thousands of dollars for information leading to Summer Wells. Well, today we're told that an account has officially been set up through the Churchill Rescue Squad. Captain Tim Coop, who is also serving as the incident commander of search operations here on the ground, said that reward fund is now open for donations. Anyone can contribute to the fund at Civis Bank branches, and the money donated will stay there for 6 months. Then, if there are no tips that lead to Summer, the money will then be donated to the Child Advocacy Center. Coop says the only money in the account right now is what was needed to open it. The man who is offering the $25,000 reward says that check will be provided to the individual with the credible tip leading to Summer. Coop also said that there is another $10,000 check that was dropped off to the Churchill Rescue Squad station, but that check is only to be deposited if Summer is found. Again, if you would like to donate to this account, all you have to do is go to any Civis Bank. You can go to any bank branch and say that you want to donate to the Churchill Rescue Squad's Summer Wells Reward Fund. Again, anyone can donate to that, and they are hoping that that's going to lead to more information to bring Summer home. Live in the Beech Creek community, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
With MailChimp's Creative Smarts, simply enter your website.
All right, so there's all that information on that rewards fund, I mean they're very serious about wanting just credible tips. We've got that information on the Toyota Tacoma pickup truck that is wanted just for questioning as far as being a potential witness. There's no talk of this being any type of suspect or anything of that nature, so we've got to be careful and mindful of that, because we want this person to feel free to come forward. It's really important. Summer's been missing for 2 weeks, and real quick, I want to, because I'm gonna be discussing a couple things that, because you know me, I got gripes. But in no way do I have any gripes with law enforcement, the way that they've been handling this, the way that they've been keeping us informed, the way that they've been open with the press regarding as much information as possible that is solely focused on locating Summer. That is the only thing that they want us focused on. And I think that that's fantastic. Unfortunately, most creators on YouTube are not, following that, guidance. But I mean, there's only so much we can do about that. We can only do our part, right? So, and you know, because we don't know what's lies, we don't know what's rumor. Yeah, it's a 1998 to 2000 maroon Toyota Tacoma with a full rack, with a full ladder rack on the bed. Let me go ahead and highlight Cherry K, and white buckets. So it's definitely a laborer of some sort's truck. And what's funny is I would say that would probably narrow it down to it being a male, but excuse me, you'd be surprised that in parts of Tennessee that I've seen and met people, it's not uncommon for women to be laborers too. So, you know, carpenters, yeah, a lot of girls are raised by their dads. You know what I mean? And they're raised to be workers. So I'm not saying that there's just as much of a chance of that being a woman as a man. I'm just saying that it's more likely in that area that it could be a woman than most areas. So and I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to somebody here. And mods, if you can, let me see if, because I'm subscribed. Give me 1 second, guys, because I really want to do something here. And I don't know if it's because, let me do this. Go to my, sorry about this, guys. This is something that I really want to do right now. And I got to, and I don't want to forget to do it. So, and this is what I'm doing is I am finding the channel of someone in this chat, and they're growing. But since I've started talking about this case, this is somebody who's been making their own effort. Now, they don't have that many subscribers, but I want to do something about that because this channel, Crime Story, who is in this chat right now, has been I'm posting the link here in chat. I think that's the right one. Did I post the right one? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Right. So yes, this channel Crime Story has been doing really, really good work, I think, and has been really supportive of this channel as well. And hold on, I'm going to drop that link again. Yeah, I guess that is it. So I've dropped the link twice for Crime Story's channel. I think the way that you've been handling putting information out on this case has been really, really helpful. It's been really, really productive. Yeah, so, and I want to appreciate everything that you've been doing. So, because I can tell that this means a lot to you. And I could tell that this is something really important to you, and you seem to be focused on summer being found safely. No matter how realistic or unrealistic it seems, that's not the point. You stay positive and you keep the information focused on this, and I really appreciate that. So All right, everybody subbed. Right on. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for subbing to Crime Story. Now, yesterday, now this is something I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yesterday I was in a nasty funk, man. My depression like really was kicking my butt. And there were things that triggered it, a lot of things that were my own fault, I was just drinking a lot out of just sheer boredom when the sun goes down, and that's not, when you struggle with depression, that's not a good thing to do if you do it in excess, which I try not to do. But on top of that, there was, this news yesterday that they're quote unquote scaling back the search. And I understand why. It's just, to hear that news hurts, when you really, really, really hopeful that they find this little girl safely. And I'm in the wrong genre here to if I struggle with depression the way that I do, this isn't but the other side to that coin is that you guys being sensible and being caring, you guys make that, seeing so many people actually genuinely care makes it better, makes it easier to deal with the true crime thing. So there's a lot of positives to focus on when it comes to the true crime thing. And you guys are easily the most positive as far as my experience with it. So thank you guys. And and I get, I see this news and I'm just like, oh man, this guy is just like, he's relentless, and he's, but these people, everybody, all these agencies that are looking for her are relentless too. And I don't think as a YouTube community, we're focusing enough energy on praising these searchers, so, definitely my heart goes out to all those people that have been out there searching and in those conditions. It's incredibly humid out there. It's incredibly hot and it's dangerous. It's just plain dangerous. So, so much love to all of those professionals that are out there and putting their lives at risk to find this little girl. They are literally putting their lives at risk, all of them. And they're not getting nearly enough credit, I don't think. So much love to them. And and a creator, and I don't want to get too deep into it, because I still have a lot of love and respect for this creator, but I was so disappointed because what the majority of YouTubers have been doing that are talking about this case is pointing a lot of fingers at this family, pointing a lot of fingers at the mom and at the dad, and mostly the dad. The dad was at work, man. Like, there's a bunch of different accounts of him being at work. It's been confirmed that he was at work. So I don't understand. It's not even a thing. So I don't even understand why everybody's focused on him. And to hear someone who, with the experience that they have, just point fingers, and you could tell they hadn't really done that much research on the case, and then just get on there and just point fingers at this dad like that without even really thinking it through. I'll go through why I think this is exactly why I think And welcome, Jennifer Green. This is why I think, because here's everybody's focus, right? Everybody's focused on this protective order. Okay, there's this protective order. Now he has a criminal background, but it's like burglary. It's like, trying to lie to the cops. It's these mostly non-violent crimes. Some related because he had a gun at one point. So violent related. I mean, that's thin, but I mean, so yeah, the rumor mill is out of control, man. And every YouTuber with a bunch of subscribers that go on and talk about those now, at least when Annie did it, and she was like the only one. She was like, keep in mind, people, that I'm making these speculations based off allegations and rumor. These are not fact. They're not confirmed. So I mean, that's at least the responsible thing. I get wanting to speculate. I get coming up with theories. I get that. That's what YouTubers do. I get it. I don't like it that much, but I do get it. You know what I mean? But at least, I mean, God, what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? And all of this stuff is all over the internet, and these people are contacting, this family and harassing this family. So, I mean, and this creator, it was somebody that I really, really respected. I still do. It's not like I lost all respect. It's not that. I was just so disappointed at what I was seeing. Just so bummed out, because I was like, of all people, come on. There's no facts that you're basing that on. And he's so respected in the true crime community. He's so respected, and for good reason. That's why I was just like, and it just bummed me out, man. I was all these things, all these variables from that day put together. I was just like, oh God. Yeah. So no, I mean, I'm not trying to call them out. I'm just explaining why I was bummed out. It was just so disappointing. And it's just the whole community. It was just like, there's so few that are like saying, at least, this is just rumor and speculation. We don't know any of this stuff about these people, and they're probably struggling with this worse than anybody. Who else but the parents would be? And I will name a name. I will name a name now. But today, people, I saw Mike King profiling evil. I saw Mike King's video on this, and it blew me away. It was the most refreshing thing I've seen about on YouTube about this case. This dude absolutely applied his expertise. This guy is a former profiler. I mean, he's a published author, and he just went up there with pure facts, and the focus was solely on doing what law enforcement says, and he didn't trash talk. He didn't come up there and do what I'm doing now, which is like, YouTube people are screwing up. He didn't do that, at all. All he did was just set an example of what to do. And I was just like, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you, Mike. Mike. Thank you. I mean, I was just looking at my screen as he was doing this. I mean, it was beautiful. You have to watch that. Anybody following this case has to watch that video. Yeah. It was, and I heard, and also Linda from It's a Crime, she talked about it a little bit, but she was very candid about the fact. She's like, I haven't really been following. I've heard this and I've heard that. Very, very responsibly indicating that it's just rumor. She doesn't know. She hasn't been able to confirm anything to make a particular opinion, which is basically just her way of doing exactly what Annie did. And she didn't go over that much because she didn't pretend to know about more of it than she actually did. And I thought that was extremely responsible, and it was extremely refreshing. Yeah, so, you know, but Mike King's video, Profiling Evil's video, you got to watch it. You have to. Has anybody dropped the link for it in the chat? Yeah, at least the channel name. Yeah, subscribe to his channel if you're not, and check him out, because that was, it was so carefully put together and so informative. I mean, we're talking, he had 3D maps of the terrain. He pointed out the locations of the registered SA offenders in the area. There was one that was alarmingly close to Summer's home. He explained a technique that his profession used to use that would categorize a high risk victim or a low risk victim, and the factors just climbed as to why she would be more high risk. And he just went through it and explained it. And he did all this in 25 minutes. It's a short video. Like, it's not even like, this dude is like, I was like, this is the best thing that a YouTuber has done for Summer Wells so far. Easily, like, without a doubt. That's the best thing he's done for their family. That's the best thing he's done to help law enforcement. If we had more YouTubers like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't be so. I mean, when you hear that sheriff discuss social media, we're just, you know, we're treated like like trash. That's basically doing no good at all whatsoever. In fact, hindering to a certain degree. And it's like, I mean, dude, okay. And let me explain to you something about I got off track, but let me explain to you, I won't want to go back to this, about the protective order against Don. We're missing the details. Right? We're tuning out the details. We're just seeing a guy had a protective order from his wife, which she retracted. She spoke to the judge. She got it taken off. So, but the details in that thing indicate that he pushed her onto a table and then proceeded to punch himself. Okay? This is what everybody's overlooking. He proceeded to punch himself. Now, this was his wife's account in order to get a judge to approve the protective order. By saying, yeah, my children, I'm in danger for my children. Of course she's going to say that. Any parent is going to say that if they're trying to get a protective order against the father approved. It's not an easy thing to do. So, because a lot of people, they don't know if it's going to be a custody thing, because a lot of people will use protective orders in order to force gain custody of their children, just to hurt the other spouse. It happens. Men do it to women, women do it to men. It happens. Now, these details, what about them actually indicate that he would be willing to hurt his own child, other than her mom saying that, which I just explained why anybody would say that. So I don't like the fact that the dude's had a protective order against him, but it doesn't mean that he's capable of hurting his own child. As a matter of fact, on the contrary, why would a man hit himself? A man is going to hit himself when he's so enraged. Granted, and it happens, people have anger management issues, but not everybody with anger management issues hurts or beats their spouses or kids. That tells me that him, probably under the influence of alcohol, because he had a gun and he was charged with being under the influence and having a gun. So this man, even under the influence of alcohol, restrained himself, supposedly walked in on her with another man. That's the story. That's the rumor. He walked in on her. She had another man there, and he ends up pushing her and realizing, no, and then started punching himself. That indicates to me somebody who does not want to hurt his family. How are people missing that? Is it irrational? Sure. Is it weird, crazy, irrational behavior? Absolutely. But it specifically tells me that he does not want to hurt his family in any way, shape, or form. This is not somebody who thinks about hurting his family. This is a man who hits himself at the thought of hurting his family, hurts himself to punish himself for the thought of hurting his family. Nobody wants to pay attention to that. Simple. Simple. Now, I could be wrong. I've been saying this forever. I could be wrong, but I'd rather be wrong about their innocence than be wrong about their guilt any day of the week. It just makes sense to me to assume, based on the very little information that we have, to assume that these parents are not missing their children more than anybody in the world and aren't completely tortured by this. And how the hell is all the rumor speculating on social media helping them? How is that in any way in support of them when you don't have enough information to not be supportive of them? You have rumors, you have Facebook posts or comments that are all hearsay. All of them. Every bit of it is hearsay. The only thing that isn't is dude's record, which none of them, except for the protective order, explains that he could be violent. The mom, I've explained 100 times what I think about the mom. Do I agree necessarily with her methods of parenting? None of my business, but no. Since it's blasted everywhere, I might as well just say it, but no, I don't. You know? But again, I'm nobody to talk. I wasn't a great parent. I know now what my mistakes were, and if I could do it again, I would. But that only puts me in a position to where I don't get to judge this woman for that. I mean, come on. I don't think anybody does. Everybody's got a past. Everybody's got problems. Your child goes missing, and then all of a sudden, because it's the thing to do on YouTube, all your stuff gets dug up and twisted around and blasted everywhere. On top of the fact that you're like freaking out because your kid has been gone for 2 weeks. Most everybody here has made plenty of mistakes as a parent, Jessica Moon. That is exactly my point. Bunch of judgmental people just throwing stuff around on the internet, man. And they're mostly people that are like, you've got to be tolerant. Blasting tolerance posts all over their social media at the same time. Like, get real, dude. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing is these people live differently, man. They live differently. You know? Like, that's it. You know? Do I think that typically these type of people have terrible taste in music? Yeah. Because they're not exposed to anything else. You know what I mean? Are they typically messy people? Are they typically users? I mean, I'm not going to say typically, but it's pretty common. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see a bunch of cases where people like this are, you know, I don't see that. We haven't had this happen yet in that area. Dude, when you watch Mike King's video, when you watch Profiling Evil's video, it's shocking how many registered sex offenders live near there. And why hasn't anybody tossed around the possibility? He made it a point saying, no, I mean, it's quite possible. We have to keep in mind the possibility that she did wander off and want to go swimming. It's hot. It's hot, and she's very comfortable in the water. She loves the water. You see videos of her with flotation devices, without flotation devices. She could have just wandered off into a body of water. Somebody could have lured her. Somebody could have met her, been a peeper, and been watching it through the basement window. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. I mean, but what evidence would there be that somebody wandered off? You know what I mean? I mean, the evidence is contrary to that because both the parents are saying, no, that's not likely. Why is it so hard? Why is it so suspicious that these parents think that she was taken? If they don't believe their daughter would wander off, I mean, like, why is it so suspicious that the parents are saying, no, she doesn't likely do that? I mean, yeah, dude. Like, and what do you think this is going to do for the reward fund? You know what I'm saying? Like, if people are just focused on already crucifying these parents, you know, those people are probably not going to donate to the reward fund. And that reward fund is extremely helpful. It's important. It provides incentive to give information. I wonder if that's actually true, if that can be verified. But if that is, then that's, I mean, come on, man. It's just crazy to me that, like, I get it. Listen, I understand when it happens more with murder cases. We already know somebody's dead, right? And then it's like, okay, you know, like, I still don't think it's right to point fingers at the parents, but at the same time, like, it makes almost a little bit more sense because chances are, if it happened there, well, you know, those are the first people you're going to look at for sure. I understand that. I get that. But we're talking about a missing child. We're talking about a situation where we have no idea the whereabouts or what came to be of those whereabouts of a 5-year-old little girl. Yeah, good point right there, Casey Jakes. It's ridiculous. 1 minute they're ignorant drug addicts, the next they are criminal masterminds that can hide a body from scent dogs, FBI agents, and young kids covering for them. Yeah, they got rid of all the evidence. Dude, have you seen, and I'm not trying to take jabs at her, I'm just pointing out what I see. Have you seen the mother's hand, like her grammar? It's awful. It's some of the worst grammar I've ever seen. She makes an official statement and it's full of misspellings, and these are not criminal masterminds. That's all I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm telling you, Profiling Evil's video changed my mood. Like, it improved my mood. I was so annoyed. I mean, I was so annoyed and so frustrated because it was just everybody on YouTube. And I haven't even looked at like Facebook. I haven't even looked at Facebook groups, nothing. I have no idea what's going on. I actually asked to join a Facebook group, but I think it's probably somebody that knows what I'm, and probably the admins are probably totally trashing this family. And so they know I'm going to say something to counter it. So, I mean, they never accepted it. And I'm relieved that they didn't. I'm relieved. Because I hate Facebook groups. I do. Like, I hate them. Like true crime Facebook groups anyway. Other Facebook groups are cool. I'm in a Bill and Ted Facebook group. It's nothing but chill. Like, people who obsessively love Bill and Ted, right? I mean, I don't obsessively love them, but I love Bill and Ted. But I don't obsessively love them, so I don't feel the need to post every time there's a 69, somebody posts it, like it's just funny and silly. Yeah, I don't mess with true crime groups. The last time I was in a true crime group, I did something so stupid. Luckily, I realized how stupid it was immediately and fixed it before it became a problem. But I was like, what am I doing? Look at this. Look at the way I'm behaving amongst these people. I hate Facebook groups. True crime ones anyway. our end, they usually watch out for our kids. They will call and tell us if they're doing anything wrong. We just aren't stupid because we talk funny. Oh, Aces Heidi, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. See, every single time I take up for a victim, I get put in Facebook jail. It's up to a week at a time now because some a-hole reports me. I mean, it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy. Like it's like the purpose of these Facebook groups are to create a narrative. I mean, think about it. If people focused on delivering, now think about if every YouTuber, right? Think about if every YouTuber, which is a pipe dream, never gonna happen. But every YouTuber solely focused on the location, the support of law enforcement in order to find the location of Summer Wells, right? All their videos were just simply focused on that. Nothing else, no speculation, no posting Facebook posts, nothing like that. No, you know, if every single YouTuber did that, you think that the sheriff of that county, Beans or Bob, thank you, appreciate it. Do you think that the sheriff of that county is gonna like, hey, Emerson Blue, I haven't seen you forever. It's good to see you. You think he's gonna sit there and you know, when he talks about social media? If everybody like used their social media platform to just focus on putting out whatever information law enforcement thinks is helpful and actually being a useful tool in their investigation, or at least not doing things that might screw it up. If everyone did that, because their sole focus would be on finding Summer, not accusing somebody of something that may or may not have happened, but just this little girl is missing. She could be out there somewhere. And we have to hope that she probably is. So we have to behave as such. If every YouTuber did that, dude, like, do you think that officer would be like, ugh, or do you think that he would look at it as a helpful, powerful tool? How sad is it that the most powerful tool on this planet in order to spread information is not used to focus on locating this child? I mean, it's easily the most powerful tool. And if everyone used it responsibly, do you have any idea how much of a difference we could make? I don't. I can't even imagine. But I know it would be a hell of a difference. What a difference. A huge difference it would make that we could work in concert with law enforcement. We know our place. We know we're just YouTubers. We know we're not detectives. We're not professionals. We let the professionals do it. Do you think that a detective is over there trying to do a coroner's job? Do you think that a medical examiner is trying to do a detective's job? Out questioning people? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. These are professionals who have that simple understanding that, okay, this is what I do and this is what you do. You're a YouTuber. You could take, if there's a missing child, all you have to do is just take the information that they think is going to help, because they're the professionals that are trained in locating lost kids. And you take the information they give you and put it out there and be supportive of their investigation. Can you imagine the difference that would make? Can you imagine the increase in success rates of locating missing kids? That's wild to me, man. That this isn't a simple thing that people come to. So, I mean, guys, it's been 2 weeks. And we don't have any information. We don't know what law enforcement has. But if they're scaling back the search, that doesn't necessarily tell me that they're going to be more focused on, well, actually it does, because I think he said something about the focus being more on the on an investigation. It does tell me that they're probably losing some hope in finding Summer alive. At least it's fair to kind of toss that around as a possibility. Them not taking that, you know what I mean? Them being so vocal in all the press conferences that they've had where they're like, no, we are not giving up. We are going to find her. That means that they believed that she was alive. And that's, at least that's how I took it. That they believed that she was alive, and they were acting on the assumption that she's alive and the belief and the hope that she's alive. And yes, follow the TBI on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. But yeah, follow the TBI on Twitter. They keep us updated, you know. A lot of the news is coming from tweets that the TBI are putting up, man. So if you guys are on Twitter and you're following this case, that's going to be the most credible source to go to for information. I agree 100%, Adrienne Humphreys. I think it's better that they're closed-lipped. I mean, that's our place too, to just understand that's okay. You know, to not have all the information. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need all the information. Why can't I mean, I could just come up here and just talk about what we know and how it makes me feel. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I mean, and I could stick to facts when I do it. I completely agree, Kristen. Yeah, and people keep comparing this to Evelyn Boswell too. That also happened here in Tennessee. You got to understand, you know, people are like, well, if it was the mom then, dude, that mom is a child. That's the difference. This is a child. This is not her fourth kid, who she seems to have taken care of just fine this whole time. I mean, maybe not just fine, but enough to standard requirement. If they're getting all of the nurturing that they need, could they be cleaner? Sure. You know, okay. Like, but yeah, I appreciate everybody being so sensible here in this chat, man. It's really, really refreshing, actually. So thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for all you're doing. For those of you that are out spreading information, share this video, share Mike King Profiling Evil's video, share Annie's video. I mean, you know, share, I mean, you know, just whatever gets the information out there that's credible information, you know. Like I said, I mean, nobody's saying, you know, I'm not saying that I got a problem with people speculating, you know, but at least be responsible about it. You know, just give a disclaimer a few times, you know, just, it's not that hard, dude. Mind you, everything I'm saying is based on rumor and speculation. Adrienne Humphreys, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Faith Fit Fun, thank you. Yeah, it's, I mean, like, why do you want it to be these people so bad? Because You're going out of your way. The way you're digging for information, you're going out of your way to pin something on these people. And for what? Why? What's the original reason for that? Because statistics, right? Maybe. I know that's the excuse, but it's not. Like, I mean, you got to ask yourself, why do you want it to be them? Because I don't want it to be them. You know what I'm saying? Why do you want it to be? That's so weird. That's something to really self-reflect on, I think. If you want it to be one of these people, if you want it to be the one of the people that are supposed to love and care for this child better, more than anybody else, like, what does that say about you? I mean, come on. Mandy Smith, welcome. Appreciate you. Yeah, I posted this thing in community that says the trick is to care about people without caring what they think. Now that comes off. It's very morbid, Shadow Dancer. That comes off to me like it comes off, not to me, but it comes off generally like, you know, being able to just, hey, don't, you know, that whatever they think is their problem. I definitely try to do that. If you guys watch a lot of my earlier videos, I talk about that a lot. Like I can genuinely care for somebody and really not really care what they think of me. What other people think or feel about me is none of my business, man. It's not, you know? But the way that I also took that in this scenario, thank you, Beans or Bop. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. The way I took that, when applied to this situation, to the Summer Wells case, is you could still have empathy for this family. You could still have empathy for this family. You could still care about all these other creators that are doing something, but you can take what they're doing with a grain of salt. Understand these aren't professionals. You know, understand these are not boots on the ground people, you know, and just take what they say with a grain of salt. I'm not saying not to be entertained by the drama of it. I think it sucks if you are, because this is somebody's life that's being put out on blast, you know, and we don't know if it's through any fault of their own, but we're acting like it is. And we're putting these people's whole lives out on blast. And we're spreading rumors. That's what's happening. Rumors are being spread. That's all that's happening right now because we don't know any better. So that's literally the only thing that's taking place right now, is rumors are being spread. Unless you're just simply trying to stick to the facts, you know? So guys, yeah. Make sure to subscribe to Crime Story. I really like this creator's take on this case and how they've been handling it. So please subscribe to Crime Story. Mandy Smith, thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, and if you guys are please consider joining Patreon. The Discord is a lot of fun. I'll be, I don't know, like I said yesterday, usually I do them Sundays if I can. But yesterday I really needed to take a break off of YouTube. I just had to. I had to. But regardless, we have a blast in Discord. We have a lot of fun, and I'm pretty active in there. So, and that's Cherry K that set that up. I told Zod it wasn't fun, did I? I was really drunk that night when I was on panel with him. That was fun though. I remember having fun on that panel. I just don't remember what I said. See what I mean? So yeah, and that definitely led to that definitely contributed to, you know, I mean, it's a depressant, you know, and it definitely led to my feelings yesterday where I was just like, oh, but yeah. If you catch me real late at night and I just happen to be invited onto somebody's panel, that's usually when you catch me, because I hardly ever do that here. Or I do it on my Patreon streams actually. But I need to just stick to that. Because that's always fun, you know. I just kind of been doing it a lot more. Lisa, I don't want to say your last name, but thank you for the PayPal. I appreciate it. Whoever you are, did you include your screen name? Because I'm terrible like that. Let me see. No, I don't think so. Yeah, sorry I couldn't give you a screen name shout out because you didn't leave it, but appreciate it. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. Well, guys, I'm gonna call it. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats and the PayPals. And I appreciate everybody who became a new member and everybody who's going to join Patreon. Thank you so much. And thank you for behaving responsibly with this case and keeping the focus on finding Summer. I'm really, really grateful to all of you for that. So thank you guys so much. I love you. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.